So, hello everybody. Welcome to another video, and one thing I want to point out before I actually start is, can you tell a difference in the microphone quality? It sounds so much more better now. But anyways, I decided this would be kind of fun to just play all of the FNAF fan games that I've made, specifically using Scratch because that's the only game making software I've ever used, and actually succeeded at it. So I'm just going to be playing all my published and unpublished ones, and you'll definitely see a quality difference between time. So the first one I have is called Night in the Warehouse. And I remember I made this one using like a tutorial on YouTube. I was trying to make my own FNAF fan game, and it turned out decently, but I never finished it. Most of these are unfinished, by the way. There's only like 2 or 3 that are actually finished. So let's get into it. Also, all of these, well, most of these, all the published ones, are available on my Scratch page. So if you want to check them out, I don't know why you would, but if you want to check them out, then you can. But this warning stays up here for way too long. I don't know why I made it like that. And then, anyways, here's this fire title screen. Don't know why the name's not popping up here. You know, I'm not sure what happened. This game, there we go. This game is very, very odd. This game is very, very odd whenever I first made it. And I didn't know how to really make buttons properly, so you have to click on the text as opposed to clicking on like an actual button. It sucks. But I did it first try. You can read this because it's a little bit cringe, and I don't want to read it because I'm just too good, you know. That's a joke. Night 1, midnight. I always liked saying midnight. I don't know why, I just thought that made it sound cooler. So then, you know, the office. I actually kind of like this design. I actually really like this design, how it's like this right here. What I was thinking, because like I had thought of this concept in my head. I was thinking it was going to be like an office space, and then you like, there's 2 buttons. You turn around with one of them to like shine a light down like 2 little areas. And then to like get enemies away, then use the camera. You know, you can look around on the camera. And then I was also going to make it where you can hide under like the desk from certain, like a few other characters. That's what I was going to try and do, but obviously that never succeeded. And hiding under the desk does absolutely nothing. It just makes the screen go black, because I never actually did anything with it. So that's the first one. So the second one I actually made for a YouTuber. This is using the same tutorial I used on the first one, except this one is actually finished. It's called 3 Nights with Using Actions. He's an Outlast YouTuber. Or at least he uploads Outlast content. Or at least he used to. I don't know if he still does. I haven't been up to date with his content. But last time I checked, he was uploading mainly Outlast content with like some other stuff here and there. But you guys should definitely go check him out, because he's a really cool person. And I used to join all his live streams. But then I got really busy and I kind of forgot about him. But you know, it's okay. So this game is very fire, by the way. Also, the reason it says Boy I is because my name on YouTube before I made videos was Boy I. Don't ask why. So that's kind of why. So this game is probably the best game of all time, honestly. You know, you already got the jump scares, you know, you got the not glitchy at all, new game, continue, and custom night logos. And you got the nice costumes for bro over here. I believe his name is Jace, but I could be wrong. You know, you got that new game. There we go. You can visit Jace Norman 420-696, you know, just type in that number. That's a real number too, by the way. Don't call it, but it's a real number, definitely. So now you just click that. Also, I'm pretty sure none of these besides like 3 or 4 of the last ones have buttons, so you have to click on the text. So yeah, just because I didn't think to put buttons. And also, I don't really know how back then. But, like, if you want to learn how to code in Scratch, but you aren't that good at it, I literally, like, from this tutorial, it actually helped me learn Scratch. And, like, now I can, like, code pretty decently. And you'll see that as we go up. Like, the next game, I fully coded, like, my own code. And I was, like, really proud of it. And I was trash at coding then, too. But I, like, coded everything, too. And, like, it actually works pretty well, too. I said "to" at least, like, 10 times in that sentence. And let's proceed. This one's kind of long, so I'm probably gonna like skip most of it, but you know, we've got like the cameras, you know, you already know cam 1, you know, he's there right there. You already know cam 2, cam 3. I actually think these cameras look kind of funky, but like they're kind of cool, I guess. And then cam 5. This one, I don't know how to make, even to this day, I don't know how to make like a hallway looking thing. That, like going, like a camera staring down a hallway. I don't know how to make that, like how to make that happen. So this is the best that I had at the time. You can make fun of it all you want. I won't be angry. Then you got that flash. You know, you got the door. I was actually thinking about remaking this game, probably using about the same tutorial, but I was like thinking of actually remaking this game and then sending it to the guy, but I don't know. You should definitely leave your thoughts on that in the comments. And then, you know, you get to hide in a closet. By this in the tutorial, this was like a mask, but you know. So, I believe there are actually sound effects for whenever he moves. Like right there, he moved. And there's like a sound effect every time he moves. But I want to show you the custom night. And trust me, the custom night definitely works. It actually does work, I think. Partially. See, I actually only added in like one character because I'm just too good. So I have, you know, Jace, you know, Spoopy Jace and Silent Jace. Reference to silent levels in Geometry Dash. Don't ask. And then, you know, it just brings you to night 1. Whatever night you're on. So, very high quality game. Very, very high quality, if I do say so myself. And here's the one I was actually talking about, Trapped. The first version of this is, it's alright, but, I mean, like, it's kind of crappy, to be honest. But the enhanced one that I made, like, is so much better. And I actually am pretty proud of it. So this one, you know, it's very, very crowded, the title screen is. And, you know, the graphics button, that works, you know. Don't know why there's a capital I there, but it's okay. So, in this one, it's kind of, I'm not gonna click on the stats, custom, actually, you know what, I will. But I have to reset the game every single time because I didn't put in back buttons. Whenever I made this, I was too lazy to put in the back button. So, you know, we're just going to click here, you know, all of these stats, and we have to restart the game every time. So, I'll be right back once it's done. Okay, then you know we got options. Don't worry, these options definitely work, but don't press them, though. Then you know we got the extras. Okay. I said we got the extras. I said we got the extras. Oh my gosh, I can't click on the extra button. There we go. So, there is some buttons, you know. It's very, very nice sound, you know. So, headphone warning, I guess. If it's, because I mean, it's all the jump scares, you know. So, I guess headphones warning if you're wearing headphones. So, there's jump scare 1 once I click on it. There we go. So, you know, jump scare 1, then jump scare 2. And then jump scare 3. And then, you know, there's like, it's the Trapper, it's the Whisperer, and it's the Hider. And then the Trapper V2 and then Trapper V3. These are literally just ones used on the title screen. It's not even a big deal. And originally I was going to make it where you could click on all 4 of these in-game screenshots. I know, insane. But then I didn't do that because I didn't know how to. So then we have dev sketches, which is just literally me taking a picture of a piece of paper that I made. But it's like sketches of like the game, you know. So then here's this little hidden jump scare, the golden one. And I actually think that's probably the best jump scare sound. That one and the Hider are probably the best jump scare sound. And I actually am a pretty big fan of the golden one's jump scare, you know. I also, that's not even like his canon name. I just don't even know what to name him. I didn't name him at the time, so I guess that's just, he doesn't have a name. Custom night is self-explanatory. It's a custom night. We don't need to click on that one. So we're now going to get into the meat of the game. You already know. This is going to be a long video. Oh my gosh. I've been recording for 9 minutes and 20 seconds. We're only on the 3rd one. I'm going to go a little bit faster. Click on the door to run to it. Click the big button at the bottom to hide in the wardrobe. You get the idea. We're going to hide the tip. So then, oh yeah, the only issue is probably the overlapping, honestly. So, you know, you get to close the door. And the door is a little bit finicky, but the main issue with this is literally just... So, you know, whenever you're at the right door, you just close this. But the main issue is probably the overlapping. So, whenever you turn around, this is the closet you hide in, you know. You flash the light, you know, to keep the one of them at bay. Then you just go back and forth to each and every door, check if they're there. And then for the left one, which is the Trapper, I believe, you close and open the door. The Whisperer, I'm pretty sure, I have already forgotten their names, is on the right side. You just hide in the wardrobe. And then the Hider behind you literally hides, and you have to use this button. Also, it seems to be hard to die to the Hider and to the golden one, but I have actually managed to die to all 4 characters, so I can prove that it actually is possible. So yeah, We're gonna exit out of that one. And now we're getting into a lot of the unfinished ones, which is where it's not gonna take that long. Okay, now we're gonna go to Trapped 2, which this was the planned sequel, but it never came out because I never finished it. But I actually thought, I think, yeah, this one I remember I worked like really hard on to make this intro, and it's like still kind of laggy, but like it actually looks kind of good though. I don't think I made. Oh, I did make an options menu. I actually made an options menu. I didn't think I made an options menu, but apparently I did that. So then I think it just resets the intro, which I guess is fine. So then, you know, new game, continue, options, exit. We're just gonna do new game, night 1. I believe it just proceeds on its own. Yep. Pretty cool loading, and this time it's even bigger. A lot of the things mentioned here aren't actually here, but that's okay. We're gonna hide the tips, you know. You can close and open your doors, you know. And this was the office plan. There was also planned to be like cameras and stuff, but like I said, it never got finished. Also, the nights in these are about like 7.5 minutes, just because it's one night. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't too short. And believe it or not, I like whenever I've been bored some days, I've literally just went onto the game and beat the nights, and it was obviously super uneventful and kind of boring, but it killed time. It was like took like 8 minutes, 7-8 minutes. Now we're gonna do Trapped Enhanced Edition, which I'm actually like, I'm genuinely proud of this one. Out of all the games I've made on Scratch, I'm actually pretty proud of this one. But as you can see, this is so much more cleaned up. It looks so much better. The game stats is removed because they did absolutely nothing, but now there's actually back buttons, so I can go in and out of all the menus. Nothing was changed from what I remember. The only thing I should have added, and I could technically add, I guess, but it's just buttons on things. Now I can actually check out custom night menu. So Trapper, you know, 1, it goes up to 25. It doesn't do anything still, but you know, Whisperer is 9 and Hider is 3. You know, you probably really don't care. But the point being is that like now the custom night still doesn't work, but you know. And then play game, it's for the most part the exact same, but I'll just show the differences. It's literally just these doors are a little bit darker, and I think that there's something, I think it's a little bit darker over here too. No, and never mind, it's literally just the doors that are darker, and there's like a few other darker areas. But I think I did improve the jump scares. I did change the jump scares, and I'll show those really fast. So you already know we got jump scare 1. Like the jump scares are just a little bit darker to kind of fit with the theme. Like, you know, it's dark. Also, this isn't like a basement, so like that's why it's like that. But those are just the 4 jump scares, but they're just a little bit darker. They're not a big change. But here's one that I was actually planning on finishing, but I never ended up doing. I just had to do the AI, and then I would have actually been done with this game. I would have been able to finish it. So for the most part, it's done. It just doesn't have any enemies in it. This one's called One Night at Bees, and this one is actually like, I'm actually kind of proud of this one. This is like one of my personal favorites that I've made, even if it wasn't ever finished. But like, it looks kind of good. Like, it actually does look kind of good. I'm gonna quickly restart it just in case the cameras don't work, because as you saw in the top right, it said that if the cameras don't work, you have to restart the game. So that kind of sucks, but I wasn't sure how to fix it at the time, and I've not looked at the code in a while, so I'm still not sure, obviously. But we're just gonna do hard game. Also, it's like a mouse scared. I think the mouse is kind of cool. Also, I remember the mouse, I think, being a girl. Like, I canonically made her a female. So, you know, there's the vents. There's the door. The door closes kind of slow, but it's fine. And then there's this other vent, which has a cool animation. Then the cameras. The cameras did not work, unfortunately. But there's like a whole animation for it, and the cameras, like, they actually work too. It's really cool. I remember I based the camera system off of Wario's 3, like 5 Nights at Wario's 3. By the way, that's one of my favorite games. Like, that's one of my favorite FNAF Fangames of all time. Unironically, like, I actually really like 5 Nights at Wario's 3. I think that's a phenomenally good game, even though it's literally just a PNG simulator. But like, it's just good. Like, it has like a special place in my heart. I don't know why, but there we go. The cameras work. So, you know, camera 1, 5, 6. And you get the idea. But basically, the camera buttons especially were like inspired by 5 Nights at Wario's 3. Also, if you beat hard mode, actually I think if you beat any difficulty, you unlock extreme mode. So that's cool. So now, Last Night in the Warehouse, which was the planned sequel to Night in the Warehouse, but then I barely went anywhere with it, kind of cool intro though. I tried to be unique with some of the intros. So, you know, the warning screen, obviously. The cliche warning screen, which I mean, I think is good to have in some. And this is literally as far as I got. That's the entire game. But now we're getting back to the completed games. Scratch Simulator, full and demo. This is one I was actually really passionate about, and I genuinely wanted to finish no matter what. So I'm actually proud of this too. So there's instructions for each night, you know, post shift too. I know they're running joke in the FNAF community whenever there's a lot of instructions on games. So in the demo, there's only nights 1 and 2. I'm not gonna show them in the demo because they're the exact same as they are in the full game. I'll just show you the full game. So that's all there is in the demo. There's nights 1 and 2 and that stuff. So here's the full game, 2022 to 2023. Yes, I was working on this for it was less than a year, but it spanned from 2022 to 2023 whenever I finished it. So here's the extras: Scratch, Cat, Giga, Gobo, and Nano. Yes, those are the canon names of these 4 characters, but they're like the Scratch icons somehow. Probably because they were made by the Scratch team, but still. So, you know, this is jump scares, which were originally, the jump scares were actually utilized. Originally they were, but then they just somehow stopped working. It made no sense. They just somehow stopped working though, and then that was that. So there's instructions for nights 1 through 5, including the custom night. There is actually a custom night. If you want to read those, you can just pause the video. So nights 1 through 5 and the custom night, we're just gonna start from night 1. Obviously, I'm not gonna beat the nights. Luckily, this one has a quick loading time whenever you reset the game, so it won't take long to look at the nights. I'll just show the mechanics. So this one is based off of FNAF 6. So you just click this to wind. I was originally gonna do tasks. But you just click that to wind it, and you look left and right in the vents to see which event Scratch Cat is in. And I believe I had the timer set to every 45 seconds he came, but I couldn't remember. Night 2. I actually remember showcasing this in one of my older videos. That I got 1,000 views, or that's where it stands today. It was called something about me showing a FNAF fan game I made. And it was it was the full game. It was this full game. But I hadn't had everything done. That was a while ago. So that light's flickering. You know, the TV over here flickers sometimes. There's this hallway. There's this vent. And coincidentally, Giga was right there. So it's kind of good I went there. So that was kind of funny. Night 3. I think it was either night 3 or night 4 that I had to look up a tutorial for one of the mechanics. I think it was night 4. But starting from night 3, I did something kind of cool. I made a clock. And this is the bedroom, you know. You can hide under the bed, which I'm actually super proud of this. I think this looks awesome. I think this looks awesome. Like that visual. Then, you know, there's the door. There was going to be breathing mechanics, and I think I added them. I forgot. I'm going to be completely honest. I haven't played these games in a while. So, yes, this clock does work with that time up there, by the way. So, next up, night 4. I believe there was a flashlight mechanic in this one. And this night's actually pretty cool. I'll let you see it. This one's pretty cool. I did like this one. This one was really cool. So, press F to turn on your flashlight. And you can actually turn on your flashlight. It's super cool. And then there's a clock hanging from the ceiling on a wire. There's a code 1987, which is it's a code for the custom night. You'll see that in a second though. So you can go to the left and go to the right. This is a little shelf sand thing. Press D to go right, you know. One of the enemies does appear here, so that's why that's there. And now night 5. Disclaimer: contains flashing lights. I'm gonna stick around to actually show you the mechanic because it's actually kind of cool. I think it's a cool visual. So you can either press M. The only reason I added in hotkeys for the mask is literally just that way you could just press hotkeys to take it on and off, so you'd have to click there all the time. But I'm gonna show you the mechanic. So for Nano, you just hold the mouse on him, so if he comes, yeah. But it's kind of cool because but yeah, flashing lights warning obviously, but it's kind of cool because the enemies actually go into the office. I always like that a lot. And the reason I remember that one of the reasons why I actually added in hotkeys was for accessibility, but it's also because whenever the lights are flickering like that, sometimes the flickering gets in the way and you aren't actually able to press the mask sometimes. So that's why I added that. So lastly is the custom night. It asks what difficulty they should be, but if we turn 1, 9, 8, and 7, as you can see, it does that fire jump scare and then it just resets the game. I forgot what I actually call it. I think it has a name, but I forgot what it's named. But on the other hand, we can actually set these to any number, or we can set it to letters and symbols if we wanted to, but for the sake of this, we'll just set it to 0. And then you just hit max and it's all max mode. They get set to max. And there's a little icon right here where it says all max mode, like it just to let you know that you're on all max mode. Then they're obviously incredibly active this night. But this has basically every mechanic from the previous things. So you press space to flash your flashlight, or you press the button. You click to hide, which has your claustrophobia meter get up, which you have to press E to get rid of. You click this to wind the box, which is right here, or you press Q, and you just flash the light until Scratch gets out of there. This night is kind of funny, honestly. I believe there is like a speech that plays, I think, after you beat either night 5 or max mode, but I forgot what that is. We'll just set them to 9. It doesn't really matter, but whenever you click that and they're not max, it doesn't show max mode. But I believe there is a speech after you beat night 5 in this, so if you want to hear that, then you can go and beat this game, I guess. You don't have to play the nights in order. You can play them in any order you want, so I guess that's fine. So, Trapped Rebuilt. This was my attempt at remaking Trapped, and it's not been canceled. I mean, none of the games have technically been canceled. This is one of the more recent ones. This one was made... Okay, it doesn't show whenever it was made. That's crazy. But basically, this one's actually kind of cool. I have like a whole intro, and I'm kind of proud of it. I think it looks kind of clean. And, you know, these are meant to be the 2 doorways. Like, it's like a camera angle, like looking at the ground, but also this... You know, like the 2 doors. So there's a button to reset your progress, and then there's to play midnight the first night, and I believe it does absolutely nothing. So that was as far as I got. I had some ideas, but I was gonna try and get a cutscene as well, but it just wasn't working. But I may come back to that one. That's one that I have a decent chance of coming back to. And this is my most recent one, Nights at AnimalTap's. I was thinking of making a fan game about myself. So it opens to AnimalTap's Emporium, you know, and then it fades out. It's like a destroyed place. And then, you know, there's this warning. I actually think this warning is kind of funny for some reason. But you can just click it, and it's loading everything, you know, evaluating. And the title screen, and start. And then nothing happens. I actually started editing this one again today. So this one might get finished. I don't know. I do want to finish that one, though. This is one that I would like to finish. Also, I remember in the One Night at B's, I remember that one was inspired by Flumpty's 2 as well. Like One Night at Flumpty's 2. Like the office and stuff. I remember it was kind of inspired by that. But I guess that's pretty much all I wanted to like do for right now. So, stay tuned for my next video, I guess. I'm going to try and upload Five Nights at Candy's 3 tomorrow. So stay tuned for that one. Or if it doesn't happen tomorrow, possibly Sunday. Stay tuned for that, because it's gonna be nights 4 and 5. Thanks for watching, and join my Discord server.